World where justice is written not in ink, but in blood and bone. In the Assyrian Empire, law and violence were inseparable. Courtrooms doubled as torture chambers. Their legal system was built to terrify, not rehabilitate. Brutality was systematic, controlling everyone from nobles to slaves. The fear of the executioner's hand was more powerful than any written decree. Assyrian law defaulted to mutilation and execution, even for minor offenses, so steel yourselves. We're about to walk the blood-soaked streets of Nineveh and Ashur and witness the echoes of their brutal justice. How do you build a society on terror? For the Assyrians, the answer was both simple and chilling. You make fear the very foundation of daily life. In a world where the threat of violence was ever present, the rulers of Assyria understood that the most effective way to maintain order was to make the consequences of disobedience unforgettable. The Assyrians made punishment a public spectacle. Justice wasn't hidden behind palace walls or whispered about in secret. Instead, it was dragged out into the open, where every citizen could witness the price of defiance. The city square became a stage for agony. Impalements, mutilations, and flayings were performed in full view. The suffering of the condemned was transformed into a warning, a living lesson for all who watched. Even children were brought to witness these punishments, their young minds shaped by the horror. The message was clear. The law was not just a set of rules, but a force that could reach anyone, at any time. A thief didn't just lose his freedom, he lost his hand, becoming a living warning to all. The mutilated were forced to live among their neighbors, their wounds a constant reminder of the state's power. Adulterers had their noses and ears sliced off, marked for life as pariahs. These punishments were not just physical, they were social, branding the guilty as outcasts, forever separated from the community. The state carved its laws onto bodies, turning pain into a universal language. The scars and brands became a living script, a code that everyone could read, regardless of their status or education. These punishments weren't random, they were calculated for maximum visibility and fear. The authorities chose the busiest squares and the largest crowds, ensuring that the lesson would echo through the city for days. Legal reliefs depicted flayings and impalements, immortalizing terror for future generations. These images were carved into stone so that even centuries later the message of fear would remain. The law was communicated through mutilation, not words. Everyone understood a severed hand. In a society where literacy was rare, the body became the canvas for the state's warnings. Fear became omnipresent. The law was alive, hungry, and everywhere. It lurked in the shadows, in the eyes of the guards, and in the silence that followed every public execution.